Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to do the knit crochet pattern Anne. It's called knit crochet pattern because we knit and crochet all within one pattern. For that we use the Woolly Hugs instruments, namely the crochet hook size 5, which is a UK 6 or a US 8, and both of the knitting needles in the size 5.5, which is a UK 5 or a US 9. Then, for the cords, we take the really short one here, and the second one is the 40 cm or 16 inches one. Also, you need one needle stopper. One is enough. Also, I use two different colors. Here I have the Woolly Hugs Nobly with a length of 125 meters per 50 gram. She consists of 74% cotton and 26% silk. Alright, here we have all our instruments. That's why I call them instruments, because you got all these different tools that you use. Onto the crochet hook we attach the shorter cord. And onto the other end we click the first knitting needle. Just push it in and twist until it locks in. We attach the second cord on one end to the stopper, and on the other end we click it into the second knitting needle. Just like that you build your two instruments for this knit crochet pattern. Now we cast on our stitches. Very easy for the knit crochet pattern with our crochet hook. We're gonna cast on 15 chain stitches. For this piece I casted on more stitches, but 15 should be enough to show you the pattern. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Next, we pick up our stitches. The first stitch is the one coming out of the 15th stitch. So turn the chain forward just a bit. And out of the back of the 14th stitch, we pick up our first stitch. Then out of the 13th, 12th, and so on and so forth, just like you do in Tunisian crochet. Those of you who know Tunisian crochet, it's just the same. You pick up the stitches that then stay on the needle. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And the last one. And now I have my 15 stitches. I'm gonna stick that here, so if you rewind this video, you always know which row you are in. Alright, all set for our first row. Now we shift all our stitches over onto the knitting needle. Then knit our first row in rows. For the border stitch, I insert here behind the stitch and pull the yarn through the back of the loop. We also do that for the following stitches. We knit all of them twisted. Twisted stitches are stitches where you insert into the back loop. For regular knitting, you'd insert into the front loop, but we insert into the back of the loop for the twisted stitches. This is our first row. Now row number 2. For that, we turn around our work and again take our first color, mint. And now I just knit the whole row with regular knit stitches. For that, we slip the first stitch purlwise. Then I move the yarn to the back and knit all other stitches. That was row 2. Now we start row 3. Again, we turn around our work. And for the third row, we also knit regular knit stitches. Slip the first stitch purlwise and then knit all other stitches. Next is row number 4. We turn around our work and again change color. For this row, we now purl the stitches twisted. The border stitch is a regular purl stitch, just as usual. And then I insert into the front loop, get the yarn from above and pull through. A regular purl stitch would be getting the yarn coming from below. But now we insert and get the yarn coming from above. All coming from above. Only the border stitch we purl regular. Then we turn around our work for row 5. And for the 5th row, we put away the knitting needle with the stopper on it and then shift all stitches back onto the crochet hook. It's the same side that the mint colored yarn is on. With that, we cast off the first stitch. We basically chain one. And from then on, we always pull through 2 stitches together, always one mint loop and one rose loop. Keep repeating that. We cast off just like we do in regular Tunisian crochet. Then we pick up the stitches anew, so that we can start knitting again. I insert into the second vertical stitch. The first stitch is our border stitch. We already have that on our needle. So then we insert into the second and pull the yarn through. This now is a basic Tunisian crochet pattern. In the basic pattern, you pick up the stitches in the right side row just the same way. And at the end you insert into both colors. Picking up the stitches was row 6. We now come to row 7 that we again knit. For that, we shift all our stitches back over onto the knitting needle. Here we also have our yarn in rows waiting for us. I get my second knitting needle and then knit the stitches as twisted knit stitches, so that they later appear not twisted in the pattern. Here, at the end of every row, you have to pull the yarn to tighten the stitch a bit, because we change colors. Now we get to row 8 and also change color again. In the 8th row, we slip the first stitch purlwise. And then knit all stitches. Next we have row number 9. Slip the first stitch purlwise and knit all remaining stitches. Turn the work and we start row 10. We already did this row before, it's just the same as row number 4. The border stitch is a regular purl stitch. And for all other purl stitches, we again get the yarn coming from above. These are twisted purl stitches. And the border stitch is again a regular purl stitch. Turn around your work. Now we do row 11, which is just the same as row 5. I put the knitting needle with the stopper aside. Row 11, same as row 5. And then shift all stitches back onto the crochet hook. chain 1, then cast off 2 together. Always one mint and one rose loop together. Alright, next we have row 12, which is the same as row 6. We again pick up the stitches. We insert into the second vertical stitch, because the first is already on the needle. And like that we get all our stitches back onto the needle, so we can then start knitting again. So we knit and crochet in turns. That's why I call it a knit crochet pattern. Next is row 13, which is the same as row 7. We shift all stitches back onto the knitting needle. The rose yarn is already on this side. And then again we have a whole row of twisted knit stitches. The first row started the same way, then the 7th, and now the 13th. So the pattern consists of 6 rows that you then keep repeating. Next we have row 14, which is like row 8. Turn your work and change color. Slip the border stitch purlwise and then knit all other stitches for the garter stitch row in the pattern. On to row 15, which is the same as row 9. Slip the border stitch purlwise and knit all other stitches. Then row 16, same as row 10. Turn around your work, change color, and this is again the row with the twisted purl stitches. So we insert and get the yarn coming from above. These stitches are no harder than the regular purl stitches, just a matter of practice. Just remember getting the yarn from above so that the stitches later lie nicely within the pattern. And like that you keep repeating the rows. For row 17 we again shift all our stitches over onto the crochet hook and cast off with mint. So you repeat those 6 rows over and over again, sometimes knitting, sometimes crocheting, and so in the end you get this beautiful pattern. It's something different, and you get a whole lot of nice and interesting designs out of this pattern. Alright, and once you reach your wanted length, you just cast off as usual. Just like you do when you're knitting. You do that till the end of the row, and then we can cut off the yarn. I need the measuring tape as well because I want to do the gauge. Just pull the yarn through. Now, let's measure the 10 centimeters that we need for the gauge. Here I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 stitches for 10 centimeters. That means that for a piece with 50 centimeters, you have to multiply by 1.5. In this case, that would equal 75 stitches to cast on. An additional 2 stitches for the border stitches, in case a piece has a seam at the side, because then you sew them away. So you'd need to cast on 77 stitches. Alright, I hope you had fun with this tutorial. If so, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. I frequently upload new ideas and designs. Hope to see you soon. Love, Veronika.